Sean Way, welcome along. 1-1 tonight, totally different to Saturday, and almost a little bit disappointed we didn't come away with more than a point.
Yeah, it had to be different from Saturday. But yeah, we are disappointed. I thought first half they probably controlled the game more, looked dangerous, but we looked a real threat on the break. The boys got the basics right. We just asked them, let's strip it back. We didn't need to overcomplicate the game tonight. We had to strip it back to basics, get all them small little details right, and they were fantastic at that tonight. It couldn't be pretty tonight. So it was just about a response from Saturday, etc. But I thought first half we were okay. I thought we probably had the better chances. Lou didn't have a save to make really. They put some dangerous balls in the box, but we dealt with them well. We dealt with the second ball really well. And then second half I thought we just had the better chances. Dav's had the one-on-one, Faggy's had gone close, had a few efforts, but again I don't think they've had a shot second half.
Yeah.
Put dangerous balls in the box, but we've defended the box really, really well. Early contact, dealt with the second balls, and they got the basics right tonight, and that's what it's about.
Yeah, that's it. From back to front, totally different.
Yeah.
We started off really well. Tommy Fagg winning the ball out on the wing, picking out Will Harley, and for a young kid, that was a calmly taken goal.
He's a strong boy. For a young lad, he's a very, very strong boy. He's a big lump, and he's a threat. Just needs to get in games now. He's, that's what he's here for. Initially for 4 weeks, but depending on new management or whatever happens, there is an option for longer if that's what needs to happen. But you saw what he's about tonight, and this is why we were very, very keen to get him in. But we just got to be mindful that we don't want another Callum Barlow situation where he's promised the world, a new manager comes in and then it changes.
Yeah.
So it's about making sure that he's here to get game time first and foremost. But there is an option for us to keep him if and when we want to. He wants to be here as well, and I think he showed that tonight with his performance.
Yeah.
He's bought into what we asked. We trained we trained yesterday in response from Saturday because we didn't want tonight to be the first time that we've had contact with the players. So we got them in yesterday, we had a chat, we got the basics done in training yesterday. Will's really bought into that, buying into the ethos that we're now setting, and they responded tonight. But it was easy to respond tonight because things couldn't get any worse. Tonight is the easy game to respond to. Now the out of possession stuff, they have to match that week in, week out now, because they've shown they care, they've shown they can do it, they showed they can get the basics right, but now they've got to do that week in, week out. Like I say, it couldn't get any worse from Saturday. So tonight was the easy one to respond to. Now we've got to make sure that we do that week in, week out, whether it's training, games, recovery sessions, whatever it is, we've got to be the best version of us. Yeah,
definitely. And straight back to it, we're here again on Saturday, so it's nice to be home.
Yeah.
Hopefully a big crowd against Dartford. They're going to bring a few, but I think after tonight we're going to have a few fans as well.
Yeah, hopefully. Don't give up on us for sure. Saturday was such a surreal experience for everyone, fans, owners, all of us. Me, it's probably it is the lowest point of my football career. Whether I've been playing or anything, I've never experienced anything like that before. It's like an out of body experience, and but the response to it was fantastic. I've had some really, really good football people contact me. I had to stay off, I stay off of social media anyway. I don't get involved in that, but I've had some really, really good football people contact me. I don't know whether to call it pep talks or whatever, but they've shown me that there's a lot of care out there in the football community. A lot of ex-people from here, John Meanies, your Aggies have all contacted me, etc. But a lot of people, and they give me a lot of good food for thought, a lot of bit of advice, etc. But like I say, tonight's not about me. It's about picking the group up, making them respond, and they've done that, and they've given the crowd something to look at, to show that they care. But like we said, it's a small building block, and they have to do this week in, week out now. Yeah, they showed the character. They wanted to come here tonight, put the shirt on, and play football, because it's easy to run and hide and sit on the bench or whatever. Absolutely. But they wanted to play football, and they got the reward. They got a point from tonight. Oh, we definitely deserved a point minimum tonight. Yeah. Even the ones that come in tonight, Leo Young, he's bided his time. He's had to be patient. I know he wants to play, etc. But and that's never easy for a player to come in on the back of a 9-0.
No.
It's could have put him on Saturday, could have put Dicko on Saturday, but they didn't deserve to come on in that. 100% Dicko doesn't deserve to come on for that performance on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because nobody did. But they come in tonight because they can help make an impact and get the response. And I thought Leo defended really, really well. He got the basics right, and he optimised the rest of the back three tonight. But it started up top with Will Harley, and then it went right the way through the squad. But like I've said, whether it was him, Dicko, Faggy coming in tonight, whoever it was, they put the shift in. Showed they care, showed they've got a desire. Now they've got to maintain that.
That's it. We'll keep that desire, and we will see you Saturday, Sean.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.